Hello, Old School Gamer 1971 here, greetings one and all, especially to you, Millie and Lloyd. Today my third hour thoughts is on Spyro Reignited Trilogy. I've been playing this game for around 3 hours, and this is what I think. Okay, so this is the one we've all been waiting for. Well, this and Crash Bandicoot. This one is probably my favourite of the two. But we've waited so long for this to come out. In this pack you get Spyro the Dragon, Spyro 2 Ripto's Revenge, and Spyro Year of the Dragon. No, I don't care that the second two are by download. This is the 3 best Spyro games, and now they are mine. Right from the first trailer we knew this was going to be special. It is so arguable to which one was the original PlayStation mascot, but let's keep that for another day. So let's instead talk about Toys for Bob, the developer. Starting back in 1989, their first release was Star Control for the Commodore 64, Amiga, PC and later Mega Drive. Later on they worked on Pandemonium for the PlayStation 1, Madagascar Games and Skylanders Games for the PlayStation 3, and Skylanders Games Crash Insane Trilogy, and now Spyro Reignited Trilogy for the PlayStation 4. I cannot wait to see what comes next from these developers. So you're a cute and cuddly dragon, which in dragon terms means punching bag, verbally at least. When the other dragons get turned to crystal, Spyro takes it upon himself to release them all and win the day. Yes, the story is cliched, but my argument goes like this: screw you, the game is great. This was and is one of the better 3D platform adventures, and looking at this version should tell you how good the game is to you. On a personal note, the remasters for the PlayStation 4 the last couple of years has been outstanding. Shadow of Colossus, Crash Trilogy comes straight to mind. So is this Spyro Reignited, or should it be Spyro Reignored? The intro opens up with Asta being interviewed. Spyro is in the background chasing the sheep. The interviewer asks about Nasty Nork. Asta speaks lowly of Nasty Nork. Nork is watching at home on television and retaliates. He casts a spell that turns the dragons to crystal. Only Spyro remains unchanged. It's now up to Spyro to release his friends and defeat Nasty Nork. This is a good opening, however, and shows the promise of what the game holds. It's graphically impressive. The improvements to the intro are many, from the dragons to the backgrounds. I will only be reviewing the first game here, but planning to have the 3 platinums by Christmas 2019. Fingers crossed. Spyro is back better than ever. The controls are so much more responsive. It runs so much more quicker and smoother. But probably the biggest and best improvement is the camera. Taking the control of it is almost game changing. As well, the sprite detection is spot on, which is a good thing as the life system is still there. In my honest opinion, Crash and Spyro both got bum deals after the PlayStation 1. That's not to say the other games were total trash, just that they were below the standards set by the previous titles. But this game more than makes up for those misdeeds. It's great to see a game like this. It only goes to prove that this kind of game has a place in modern gaming. With tighter controls, smoother animation, it's an all-round improvement. Now it could just be nostalgia, remembering what once was, except it's more than that. Confession time. Father, I have sinned. My child, what have you done this time? Father, it's so very, very bad. I don't think I can be forgiven for this. My child, almost everything can be forgiven. What could you possibly have done? When I was a young man, I didn't really enjoy Spyro too much, as I saw it as a kid's thing. Heathen, how could you? Father, I think different now. Heathen! I would say it's almost a whole new experience. Don't get me wrong, Spyro has always been a solid play. Now it feels more complete. I feel more on board with the story. I have been more open with my outlook this time. So I see it as a game kids can play as opposed to being a kids game. Because of this, I've got more out of the game this time round. But overall, I'm invested in the story and I want to see it through to the end. Okay, combat. You can headbutt things. That is always a good start. And you can shoot flame out of your mouth. Another solid move. Its moves are quite simple, but very effective. The rules are quite simple as well. If it has a shield, you ram it. If it doesn't, flame grill it. And although a simple premise, it is so much fun. Add to that good map design and layouts. The action can sometimes get frantic, which is a good thing. We need more of these games, please Sony. Give PlayStation a mascot again. Maybe it could be Sir Daniel Fortescue from Medieval. Might just about fill that gap. But it is this game that made me believe we need a mascot again. Straight up, this game looks amazing. It's almost unfair to compare it to the PlayStation 1 version, but in a way we have to. It is in essence the same game, but the developers lovingly made it into something more. The first thing I was worried about was the redesign of Spyro himself. I should have known how well Crash turned out, that this was going to be something special. Spyro, like the game itself, was created for the audience of today. It looks so good, the animation so smooth. The design on the dragons makes them varied. You can see time and effort went into the design of this game. When I look at this and Crash, I cannot work out why there has hardly been any platformers this generation. AAA platformers on the PlayStation 4 even less. However, the ones we have been mostly outstanding. Crash, Ratchet and Clank, Little Big Planet 3 and now Spyro. This keeps in with the standards set previously. I hope for more. Sly Raccoon, more Ratchet and Clank, Jak and Dax stuff, Gex maybe? The sound is really good. Music bounces along nicely. The sound effects are damn fine also. Also, side note, that maybe should be a confession, as I love the sheep noise when they are being set on fire. Mine is flame grilled rare. Also, the voices of the dragons are entertaining, giving each of them personalities. I had my headphones on tapping my toe to the soundtrack. I have no plans whatsoever to use Spotify on the game anytime soon, which being honest does happen often with most games. Quickly pausing music for cutscenes. Quick tip, use your phone to pause. So is it interesting after 3 hours? Yes please. This is everything the original was and then some more. I may want backwards compatibility in the PlayStation 5, but please never stop making these kind of remakes. This should be played by everyone, those who remember it and those yet to play it. I was a little unfair when I played it first time. Now I appreciate the game so much more. So who should get this game? Everyone! This has come out at a time we need games like this. Simple to play, colourful and most importantly fun. So what should Toys for Bob do next? Maybe Rayman? Gex? Or they could go down the second Crash Bandicoot or Spyro games, as they both have multiple entries on PlayStation 2. But I know that it will be good no matter what. So Spyro Reignited it is. So that about wraps it up. I hope you all have a good day. If this has been helpful in any way, like, comment, share and subscribe. Helps the channel grow and makes an old man happy. Old School Gamer 1971 signing off.